Okay, guys, I cut off well before I got to the last part. So, my apologies, guys. And if you're just like at random just catching this, like, what's this video about? We already did the whole spread here. Um, you can find the video by typing in the date or whatever, however, but I didn't do the last deck for this reading, so I'm gonna do it now, okay? My bad, you guys. So, let's see what we get. So yeah, basically it just looks like you're supposed to, um, take these instructions in terms of how you're supposed to move along, even though it may be something that seems a little bit difficult. Okay, so here's the last day. Appreciate you guys so very much. Love you guys. Thank you for all the support that you show me. So here we go. Road Mundi Tarot one more time. Here I have the High Priestess, right? Wow, at the bottom. That speaks volume. Intuition with this here Queen of Cups that you had 2 times out. You know. Um at the bottom here I have 2 of Cups, which was here. Okay. Yeah, so it's this here relationship. The Hangman that had you in a space after a while, you know, even even during this, even after the space of sitting and thinking about how this relationship is working, maybe going into hermit space, praying about it, or asking God, or or whatever, however, and you got an answer, and maybe it was like, nah, you got cold feet, or you couldn't believe what you heard, or you just didn't want to break the person's heart, or I don't know, but you it was difficult decision. You had a lot of time to think. Maybe number 23 is your number, or number 5, or number 30, or number 3 here with the sun. So here, like I said, maybe you just had this special attachment to this person. This person just made you feel good or whatever. I don't know. Okay. And then you have here lastly 4 of Swords. Just like with the start energy. It talks about healing. Okay. And here at the bottom it says external influence. So let's read here and see what all of this means. So we have here number 23 first. So it says here the 23rd path of wisdom is associated with the Hanged Man tarot card. The Hanged Man hangs by one leg and is suspended from a living tree. The card expresses suffering, but the hangman learns through adversity, and from the tree of life he receives enlightenment. On the Kabbalah, the Hangman Tarot card connects the Sephirot of Hod, or glory, and Gabora, which is strength or judgment. And you have strength in reverse right here. And the card is the first vertical path on the pillar of severity. The Hanged Man is the 12th card in the major arcana, which is also the number of disciples of Yeshua. Luke 9:23. Tradition says that when the Apostle Peter was crucified, he requested to be hanged on the cross upside down out of respect for Yeshua. 12 can also represent as 1 plus 2, which is 3, which may be a reference to the 3 substances in alchemy, sulfur, mercury, and salt, or the 3 alchemical substances multiplied by the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water. 3 times 4 is 12. Both Oswald Wirth and Eliphas Levi believed that the hanged man card represented a completion of the great work of alchemy, which they derived from the position of the hanged man's body. His arms and head form a reversed triangle, the female triangle, and his legs form a cross above it, which is the alchemical symbol of sulfur, or the soul, upside down. The reversed triangle, or the female triangle, is the triangle of alchemy, which has 1 point on Banah, which is the separate associated with creation, where Adam became a living soul. 1 point on Shokma, representing the indwelling Spirit of God, and the bottom point on Tefereth, where Yeshua serves as the salt body, or hanging on the cross. One problem with their interpretation is that this path is before the chariot card on the pillar of severity. And the charioteer is shown in the process of the great work growing out of the philosopher's stone. The hanged man represents someone who is just beginning the great work and is path working up the pillar of severity. However, Levi and Wirth's interpretation is still valid if the card is considered in relation to baptism. In his work, Tarot of the Magicians, Oswald Wirth noted that the card provides a contradiction between water and fire. The pillar of severity is related to the active masculine principle and is associated with fire. Yet, all of the other Kabbalistic attributes on the card are feminine. The path is connected with the Hebrew letter Mem, which means water. It actually represents divine water, or the prima materia, from which God created the world. It actually, and is associated with the Ruach Elohim. The Sefer Yetzirah attributes water and passiveness with its path, and Eliphas Levi's path of wisdom says, "This is the path of sacrifice." Although these various attributes may seem contradictory, they actually make sense when considered in relation to baptism. The hanged man represents a disciple who has accepted the challenge and is willing to pick up his cross and follow Christ. Matthew 16:24. The first step in discipleship is to be baptized with the water. Matthew 3:16. Mark 1:8. From which the person will be sealed for redemption. Ephesians 4:30. By the Spirit of God, or the Shekinah, or the woman wisdom, and will then be baptized with fire. Luke 3:16. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Ecclesiasticus 2:5. And it is through his trials that the hanged man grows in wisdom and obtains enlightenment. James 1:2-3. It is through suffering that the disciple receives glory or hold. Romans 8:17 through 18, and 1 Peter 4 through 13. And it goes on for some time. But basically, yes, this is like your challenge, like this is your test, and it's like you're accepting this challenge, and the sun will shine on you because of it, because you allowed this thing to die off, whatever it is. So now here we go to path number 30, which is the sun, and it has here the 30th path of wisdom connects Yesod and Hod, and is associated with the Sun Tarot card. The Sun card represents the child of the promise, Romans 9 and 8. The Sun flowers link the child to the Queen of Wands, who sits on a throne with a red lion. The card represents Yeshua, who was the promised Messiah, who will bring peace to the world, Matthew 1:21, Isaiah 11:6. The child holds a red flag, which is the color used by the Red King of Wands. Yeshua is portrayed in his second coming as appearing on a white horse, Revelations 19 and 11, and has a robe dripped in blood, Revelations 19 and 13, which is symbolized by the red flag. Yeshua is the light of the world, John 8 and 12, and is symbolic of the sun providing light to the earth, following the marriage of the sun and the moon, where there will be no more need for either. Revelations 21 and 23. The symbol of the sun is also the alchemical symbol of gold and serves as a symbol of God, with the small dot inside a circle representing the microcosm and the macrocosm. There are 21 rays coming from the sun on that card, which is the value of the name of God. And they said here 21 rays. A 2 and a 1 equals a 3. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So God is all on the read here, or in the read here, for shorts next. Just talks about resting, healing. 4 of Swords, where is it? Here it is. Very short. So it says here, the 4 of Swords card is titled External Influence and represents a new obstacle to the original endeavor. But instead of the challenge originating from one's own planning, this problem is caused by an external force. In the formula of Ophiuchus, the 4th card represents the second hay of the tetragrammaton, which is also the yod of its own cycle. The image on the card shows a blindfolded man being manipulated by a woman and not realizing that she is making him into a fool. She is literally dressing him in fool's clothing. The woman on the card could be compared to the woman folly of Proverbs. Proverbs 9:14. And isn't this out of the Proverbs? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Yeah. So Proverbs 9 and 14, who is contrasted against the woman wisdom, and the message of the card being related to the need to use discernment in order to separate wisdom from folly, to prevent being led astray. Titus 3:3 and Wisdom 2:1. The fourth Sephirot is Shazad and represents God's mercy and loving kindness. It is expected that people will make mistakes, which is why God provides ample time for people to realize and rectify their failures. 2 Peter 3:9. And this, guys, is the conclusion of today's reading. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Take care. See you later.